Hey, what you reading for?
I'm a bit under the weather today, but it's been a while since I posted, so I'm not going to let the icy grip of death keep me from giving you guys an update about what's been going on. I went on a holiday in Germany. It went very well, thank you for asking. And I got home, and then the very next day I was sick. So the holiday was it was like a family reunion. We met in Basel, Switzerland, and my father had got us all a river cruise from Basel going up the Rhine through Alsace and Germany. And it was me, my father, his wife, my sister and her family, her husband and her 3 kids. It was great. It was lovely. Now this cruise ship company, they cater to Americans, and there were a lot of Southerners on the boat. So I spent a lot of time with Southerners, lovely people, met some lovely people. So if you're wondering, why is Michael speaking with a Southern accent? Well, that could be the reason. There were also quite a few Australians on board, but I was successful in staying away from them for the most part. While I was on the cruise, I finished The Talented Mr. Ripley by Patricia Highsmith. I don't have the physical copy of the book. There was quite a decent library on board, and when I finished the book, I just gave it to the library. I didn't much care for the book, but I figured somebody else might, you know. This was my second experience with Patricia Highsmith after her first book, Strangers on a Train, which I really did not like. I found the characters super annoying. And usually if I have a bad experience with an author, I won't give them a second chance. But I was at this used bookshop here in Riga, and I was trading in books, and I couldn't find anything that I wanted to read, but they had a copy of The Talented Mr. Ripley. So I said, well, here's my opportunity to give her a second chance. So I did. And it didn't work out. Oh well, it's too bad. I do remember really liking the movie, but the movie makes some significant changes, and all the changes it makes for the better of the story and make the character more interesting, I think. I started off the month reading another Davis Grubb book. I've been on a Davis Grubb kick recently, and I read his Christmas novella called Tree Full of Stars. So for a Christmas novella, you would expect it to be quite saccharine, but this was too saccharine even by those standards for me. So I didn't much care for it. There were a few good passages in it, but it didn't blow me away like his other novels have. Then I read this collection, Let Me Tell You by Shirley Jackson. And this is a collection of short stories and transcripts of lectures she gave. It was put out posthumously by her children, like decades after she had passed away. And it was okay. I mean, for a Shirley Jackson completist, like I am, like I'll read anything with Shirley Jackson's name on it. So for that, it was fine. But if you've not read Shirley Jackson before, I wouldn't recommend starting there. And after that, I read another Mona Awad book. I read her first book, 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl. Now, Mona Awad is an author I discovered this summer with Bunny, and which I loved. And then a viewer recommended I check out All's Well, so I read that and loved that book. So she has 2 other books out, and I'm going to read them both. And I started with 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl, which is a collection of short stories, kind of a slice of life about a girl or a young woman with weight issues or eating disorders, and how that affects her perspective of herself and how it affects her relationship with others. It's grounded in reality, so it doesn't live in the magical worlds that Bunny or All's Well do. So I didn't really love it like I loved the other novels. But admittedly, I'm probably not the right or the target reader for this book. The highlights for my reading this month was a viewer recommendation by a Belgian author. It was called I Who Have Never Known Men. Moi qui n'ai pas connu les hommes. And this was excellent. It blew me away. It's like the last man on earth or last woman or last person alive kind of thing. And nothing happens in this book. And it was at times borderline too intense for me. I mean, the depths of loneliness and isolation that it manages to describe, it's quite impactful, it's quite powerful. And this is a subgenre I like a lot, the last person on earth kind of thing. And I think this book, I who have never known men, I think this is probably the best I've read of them. And that's saying a lot. I'm putting I Am Legend into that subgenre, which I thought was excellent. Yeah, but this book was really good, so thank you for that recommendation. And I'm currently reading, goodbye Zvyezda. And I started reading this book here, The Bloodstained Doll by John Everson. And I'm still early going, but I'm enjoying it. It's well paced. It's a giallo like crime thriller. Perhaps it's giving me Mexican Gothic vibes, but not in the sense that it makes me like hate life, but in Mexican Gothic sense, like it's a young woman who goes off and lives in this mansion where some shady things are happening. So to that extent, it reminds me of Mexican Gothic, but it's well paced and I think I'm gonna like it. But I'll keep you guys updated. And if I'm feeling better in the next few days, which I expect to, then I'll post my best of 2024. So there it is. I hope you're feeling well, and I'll be feeling well in a few days. So no need to worry about that. And I look forward to connecting with you in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I'll see you at the next video. I'm a bit under the weather today, but I'm not gonna let Okay, I'm trying to make a video, Zvyezda. Wow.